tomorrow. All right, we all know Elizabeth loves to spend time in the kitchen cooking for her family. There she is, everybody. In fact, every Wednesday, you can see her in the morning as she joins Chris Eggert and Megan Newquist live from her kitchen or the garden with all of her chickens, sharing her favorite recipes. Well, today, she's teamed up with Lunds and Byerlys to create a summer pasta dish that takes under 30 minutes to make. It's almost like a Monday night meal on a Tuesday. And she's also going to tell us why not all pasta is created equal.
Thank you for that nice introduction.
Yes,
yes. What a joy it is
so
to
well
be here
written.
with you.
So well written.
Really, if I do say so myself. Okay, we're going to make a really easy pasta. This is like my favorite kind of weeknight style pasta to do. So it's kind of a Mediterranean style. It's got chicken, it has herbs, all sorts of deliciousness happening here, okay? So here is what we've got going on. I took some boneless, skinless chicken thighs and I cooked them in this pan. I want you to smell it, this Mediterranean seasoning from Lunds and Byerlys.
Okay, what's in here?
It's like got lemon, it has thyme, it's got really beautiful salt, and it's delicious. You can taste a piece of the chicken too if you want.
It smells so fresh.
I know.
But it's dried.
So I cooked the chicken and then I set it aside, and then now we have it just chopped up, ready to go, okay? And then in the meantime, I've got all of those bits. Do you know what that's called on the bottom of the pan?
No, but you're going to give me a really fancy term, and then you're going to deglaze it with whatever this stock is,
I'm going to use some chicken
scrape
stock.
it, right?
You got it, yes. Okay, so that's on the bottom of the pan. It's called the fond.
The fond.
And so it's super flavorful, and you don't want to miss out on it.
Like,
so,
hey!
Yeah, kind of like that. So it's a little bit different.
It's close.
Yeah.
It's close. Why not? Now you're going to think of that every time you do it.
I probably will. So you can add in chicken stock, or you can do white wine. I did chicken stock for us today, but white wine is really good too. And then I'm just going to crank up the heat a little bit on this just to get it going.
Do you want this to boil?
Yeah, because you want it to sort of reduce, and this is going to be all part of making the delicious sauce for the pasta. So this is going in, and then what we're going to do as well is do some garlic. So do you mind just putting those through there?
Press?
Yeah, I did 2 garlic cloves. I got some big garlic, and then let's put that in. And I like doing this in this deglazing process because I don't want the garlic to burn.
Yeah.
You know, you got to kind of be tricky about when you're putting the garlic in.
I know. I've done that before. It doesn't take very long for these things to burn.
No.
So am I going to crush this right into here?
Yeah, why don't you crush it right into here, and then we'll just take this spoon.
That guy?
Yep, we'll kind of scrape it, and then can you get the other one for me too? Okay, so I love this kind of pasta because you really barely even need a recipe, but you know, we posted a recipe for you as well. And the trick is to have really good pasta. So as this is going, I'm going to tell you a little bit about this pasta. So this is the house brand from Lunds and Byerlys, and I am like kind of particular about my pasta. Once I realized that not all of it is created equal.
Yeah.
So this pasta is organic, which I really like. That means that it's not sprayed with a ton of pesticides. It's non-GMO. It also is slow dried and it's bronze cut.
Okay, that's what you said earlier. What is this bronze cut?
Okay, so that means it's cut with a bronze dye. And this is like the old-fashioned way of doing it.
Yeah.
And so what's happening when you're doing this is that you are making pasta in a slower, more intentional way. It's dried more slowly and it's cut in a really beautiful way. So it's not like high, fast, extruded through something. And so the idea is that this is why some people will say like, oh, I go to Italy and I eat pasta and I feel great. I eat it here and I don't feel as good. Well, that's because this pasta can be a little bit more easily digested because of that slow drying process. And it also, you can see it's like a little bit ridgier. And so it holds
that's good because
really
I don't think that you guys can probably see that.
No.
But there is like a texture to the outside of this that you wouldn't normally see. And that's good, right?
That's really good.
Because it looks like it's sort of old.
Yeah. Yes,
but you want that
but it's
look
not.
Yes.
Okay, so I've got these big noodles. Okay, and Betsy Boo Boo over here, you know Betsy, our favorite. She is going to take this pasta and she's going to go and drain it so that we can put it in the sauce. But I wanted to show you what it looks like, all right?
Oh my gosh, be very careful,
be careful,
Betsy.
and then return, okay?
What a test
She's
here.
going to do this. So they've got all sorts of really good, different shapes and sizes of the Lunds and Byerlys house brand. And then I brought just some good sauces too. I think they do a really good job with their sauce. There's no sugar in these. They're just really fresh. They use like imported Italian San Marzano tomatoes. So if you want to do just a super simple pasta and sauce night, you can do it. Just get really good ingredients.
But also old world style.
Yes.
I mean, there are some brands that use that term, old world style, and it's basically just commercialized pasta and pasta sauce. But this truly is like old world style. I mean, you have the bronze cut pasta made the right way with care, and then you have sort of like this imported Italian pasta sauce. So it's like you're in Italy.
Practically health food too. Yeah, it really is. Okay, so I added about a cup of cream, maybe a little bit more, and you can keep more cream on hand if you need it. Betsy! Yes,
What a
she's the
star,
best.
Betsy.
Thank you. Okay, so the cream is gonna make the sauce, and then I'm also gonna do, just to make it kind of fresh and fun, and you could do like, I mean, if you wanted broccoli in this, if you wanted green beans, you could make, if you wanted peas, but I like those little snap.
I like the sugar snap peas.
I like sugar snap peas, and I like them in something. Like, they're so good.
I never think of those.
I know, so I just chopped them up. They're really easy to manage. I put it right in here, and we're gonna let that cook, okay? And then the next thing I would love for you to do, could you hit this with the zest of the lemon? And then we're gonna juice the lemon. And then I'm gonna put the pasta in, and we're gonna have the pasta just continue to cook with the sauce.
Is this a heavy zest? Do you do the whole thing?
Yeah, I do the whole thing.
Yeah,
But I mean,
okay.
you can kind of do whatever depending on how lemony you like it. I tend to like things pretty
Yeah, I do too, especially in
lemony.
the summertime.
Okay, I'm gonna crank
Yeah,
this up again.
that's pretty good for
Then
now.
will you cut that? I know you're kind of running out of cutting board space, but just cut it in half and then use this to juice it for me.
No, you have these fancy knives.
I know, I like those
Which
knives.
knife should I
Well,
use?
this one is kind of the veggie one. That's like a meat slicer, but you can do whatever you want.
Okay, well, I want to use the proper one. Okay,
Yeah.
how am I doing this?
Just cut it like that. Yep. And then we're just gonna put the
Okay, we're just gonna-
put it
we're
in
just
the
gonna
juice.
squeeze it.
Yep.
All right,
So
gotcha.
I'm gonna add this pasta in, and you know me, I'll try to get all
look
of it.
how
I
gorgeous
know.
that pasta
I know. So
looks.
actually,
What?
okay, this isn't gluten free, but if you take a little bite, because Betsy
Oh,
actually
I'm
took
going
a
to,
bite of
yeah.
it, and she's like, just the pasta on its own is so delicious. So you're just gonna let this go for a little bit. You're gonna want to thicken it up. This is TV time, so it's not
Yeah.
gonna totally thicken up by the time
I'm doing
that
both
we're
sides
done.
here?
Yep, both sides. But you can for sure let this cook a little.
Sorry, gotcha.
Got a little lemon.
Tag, you're it.
We're gonna add the chicken in there. We're gonna dust it with some Parmesan, and then we're gonna hit the basil over the top. And I'm telling you, you will love this. And that's really fast. And
Yeah,
really
that's
easy.
super quick. And like you said, this is done in about 30 minutes.
If even. One more pro tip, I really like to buy, I found this basil plant at Lunds and Byerlys. You can buy basil in like a little plastic package,
Yeah.
which is fine in a pinch. But if they have the little pot, do that instead, because you get so much more basil out of it. Okay, you want to just take a bite right out of it?
Yeah, I'm gonna take a bite right out of here.
Yeah, please
You know
do.
the thing I appreciate too? I think this type of dish, it needs to have the chicken thigh.
Yeah, yeah.
Having a little bit of that fattiness of the chicken thigh.
Yep, you're totally right.
And I'm saying that before I even try it, but I
Right.
know that that's gonna be the case.
Okay, dig in. Let me know. See if you can
All right,
get
I'm
like
gonna-
all.
I need to get a little bit of that sauce.
I know. Oh, get the sauce. Get the
Get the
lemon. It's
chicken.
going to be like bright. If you can get some pea pods in the next one. It might need a little more salt.
Oh my gosh, that's phenomenal.
Pretty good, right?
I love all the lemon in that.
I know.
And you cook that pasta to perfection.
Well, that's because I had a sous chef. Her name is Betsy. She
Hmm.
killed it. All right, that was really fun. I'm glad that you liked it. We're all going to eat it.
You did great.
Thanks.
In between all these little things, you're over here cooking, Betsy's cooking. You did such a good job. So visit TwinCitiesLive.com to find the Lunds and Byerlys store nearest you. Get this, there are more than 25 of them in the Twin Cities Metro. And Elizabeth's recipe is going to be posted there as well.
Yes. Okay. And then also watch Minnesota Live tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. right here on KSTP. I'm not going to be in this kitchen. I'm going to be in my actual home kitchen. And I'm sharing this chicken meatball and rice bowl recipe. I was just telling you
that
about this
sounds
the other
good,
day.
too.
Yeah, it's so good. I think you will like it. Easy recipe.
What can I pay you just to come over and cook for us?
I am very expensive.
Well, the next thing that's coming up is not super expensive. The cereal aisle is about to get more real. We're talking about the ingredients, people. And Kelly introduces us to two Minnesota dads behind this good company when Twin Cities Live returns.
Twin Cities Live and Anderson Windows and Doors want to elevate your entryway with a new storm door. Head to the contest page of TwinCitiesLive.com and upload a picture of your front storm door for your chance to win a new one, thanks to Anderson Windows and Doors. Our winners must live within a 75-mile radius of KSTP TV. The deadline to enter is Sunday, June 22nd. Good luck.